In a stunning move that would make even the most ardent pro-Russian nations green with envy, France has boldly decided to lift the sanctions on Russian airspace. Yes, that's true. Namaste and welcome to TFI Global, the foreign affairs and geopolitical analysis arm of the TFI Media Group. I'm your host Vedika. Let's begin with a video report. Air France, KLM, one of the major European airlines, is urging the French government to limit the access of Chinese airlines to France, claiming that they enjoy an unfair advantage due to their ability to fly over Russian airspace that is close to many other carriers. The French airline is seeking measures such as taxes to create a level playing field between Air France and its Chinese counterparts. According to Air France, avoiding flights over Russia adds 2 to 3 hours of additional flight time and requires extra crew, resulting in increased fuel and staff costs per flight. However, Chinese airlines can save on these costs by flying over Russian airspace. This gives them a competitive advantage, allowing them to offer cheaper airfares that could attract passengers away from Air France and other European airlines. We support the ramp-up of capacity between France and China, but there needs to be a level playing field, an Air France spokesman said. Right now, there is a distortion of competition which needs to be taken into account, he added. Clearly, the French airline is desperate over the fact that it can't travel over Russian airspace, and it is suggesting to the French government that it should remove the sanctions on Russian airspace. The issue of flying over Russian airspace has been a topic of discussion in the aviation industry for some time, as the fees charged for overflight can be exorbitant. While Air France KLM CEO Ben Smith has previously stated that avoiding these fees can offset the additional cost of longer flights, the situation is now different with the competition posed by Chinese airlines. If we delve into the tales of France's affinity for Russia, the evidence is overwhelming. From granting Russia the freedom to launch nuclear attacks on Europe to bring the sole European leader eager to forge a peace agreement with Moscow, Macron and Putin share an enduring bond. This recent development of France lifting the sanctions on Russian airspace is nothing short of a sequel to the bombshell revelation that France may have been secretly aiding Russia in the war all along. The stunning disclosure that Thales, a French state-owned corporation, had furnished Russia with cutting-edge thermal imaging cameras only serves to highlight the burgeoning alliance between France and Russia. These cameras were then utilized to produce thermal sighting systems for Russian tanks and other war machines, significantly bolstering their combat prowess. This move by France could be construed as a blatant disregard for international sanctions and policies against Russia, conveying a potent message to the global community that France is willing to furnish military technology to Russia, potentially undermining efforts to contain Russia's military might. France's unwavering allegiance to Russia has been laid bare for all to see. When Joe Biden threatened to deploy nuclear weapons against Russia, France stood alone among European nations, declaring that it would not strike Russia even in the event of a nuclear attack. While this may appear to be a principled stance against nuclear warfare, it also serves as a powerful message of support to Russia, which has long been at odds with the United States. France's unabashedly pro-Russia stance has now reached new heights as it boldly flaunts its unrelenting efforts to cultivate a stronger relationship with Russia, leaving little doubt as to its loyalties. While it seems like France's love affair with Russia is heating up faster than a croissant in French bakery. From suggesting lifting sanctions on Russian airspace to supplying thermal imaging cameras to enhance the combat capabilities of Russian tanks, France's pro-Russia stance is becoming more apparent by the day. It looks like France is saying oui to Russia while the rest of the world is left scratching their heads. Will this love story have a happy ending or will it be a case of amour fou? Only time will tell.